Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum students. Welcome to Pakistan International School Taif Virtual Learning System. Students, this is your 7th lecture, Geography of Pakistan. I am your teacher, Mrs. Asima. We have started chapter 10. The name of the chapter is Agriculture, Irrigation and Related Problems. First of all, we will take a little review the previous lectures. Then we will start the next topic. Today the next topic. Then I will start. I have told you the meaning of agriculture. Once again, you will revise with me. And hope now you all know well the meaning of agriculture, the science, art or occupation concerned with cultivating land, raising crops and feeding, breeding and raising livestock, farming the production of crops, livestock or poultry. Then I have told you why it is so important, what is the main reason, because it is the main source of national income for most developing countries, and it is the art and science of cultivating the soil, growing crops and raising livestock. It provides most of the world's food and fabrics, cotton, wool, leather are all agricultural products, and agriculture also provide wood for construction and paper products. Agriculture, it is the main important vital source of national income for most developing countries. However, for the developed countries, agriculture contributes a smaller percentage of their national income. Then I told you the meaning of irrigation. What is irrigation? Irrigation is the process of applying control amount of water to plants at needed intervals. Irrigation helps to grow agricultural crops, maintain landscape, and revegetate disturbed soils in dry areas and during periods of less than average rainfall. And also, agricultural progress depends upon the development of agriculture system. Then I told you the different modes of irrigation, well, tube well, canals, carries and tanks. These are all the modes of irrigation. Well, it is an excavation or structure created in the ground by digging, driving or drilling to access liquid resources, usually water. The oldest and most common kind of well is a water well to access ground well in underground aquifer. Tube well, you can see here also the picture of tube well. A tube well is a type of water well in which how the water is getting in which a long 100 to 200 millimeters wide stainless steel tube or pipe is bored into an underground aquifer. The lower end is fitted with a strainer and a pump lifts water for irrigation. The required depth of the well depends on the depth of the water table. Then canals. What is canal? Canals are a waterway channels or artificial waterways for water conveyance or to service water transport vehicles. They may also help with irrigation. It can be thought of as an artificial version of a river. You can see here a picture of canal and artificial waterways. Types of canal. How many types of canals in Pakistan? 3 types of canal: perennial canals, non-perennial canals, inundation or flood canals. Perennial canals which carry water for irrigation throughout the year and which flows all the year. Non-perennial canal we called seasonal canals and run only during the summer season and the rainy season when the rivers are fed by heavy rains. Then inundation or flood canals. These canals flow only during the rainy seasons when the rivers from which they flow rise. Principal canals of Pakistan, 4 types of principal canals of Pakistan: principal canals from Ravi, principal canals from Chenab, principal canals from Jhelum, principal canal from Satluj. Today our topic which we will discuss, page number 100, Indus Water Treaty. First of all, I will tell you the background of Indus Water Treaty, the history of Indus Water Treaty. This treaty was done between India and Pakistan when it was done in 1960. The Indus Water Treaty is a water distribution treaty between India and Pakistan brokered by the World Bank. World Bank, it is an organization of United Nation organization. You know that United Nation organization, it is an international organization to maintain, where it is established to maintain peace in the world, to use the water available in the Indus River and its tributaries. The Indus Water Treaty was signed in Karachi on 19 September 1960 by Jawaharlal Nehru and Ayub Khan. Jawaharlal Nehru was the Prime Minister of India and Ayub Khan was the President of Pakistan, and this was called Indus Water Treaty. Indus Water Treaty in September 1960. On April 1st, 1948, India stopped the supply of water to Pakistan from every canal flowing from India to Pakistan. Pakistan protested and India finally agreed on an interim agreement on May 4, 1948. This agreement was not a permanent solution, therefore Pakistan approached the World Bank in 1952 and finally in Ayub Khan regime government period that an agreement was signed between India and Pakistan in September 1960. What is the importance of Indus Water Treaty? This was signed in September 1960. It can be asked in MCQs when Indus Water Treaty was signed in 1960, September 1960, between India and Pakistan and brokered by the World Bank. The treaty fixed and delimited the rights and obligations of both countries concerning the use of waters of the Indus River system, the Indus River basin and its drain network. Then we will discuss Mangla Dam. The Mangla Dam is a multi-purpose dam located on the Jhelum River in the Mirpur district of Azad Kashmir in Pakistan. It is the 7th largest dam in the world. The dam got its name from the village of Mangla. That's why we called it Mangla Dam. Mangla Dam purpose, power generation, irrigation purpose, increasing water storage capacity, improved flood mitigation. Then Tarbela Dam, world's largest dam. Tarbela Dam is an earth-filled dam along the Indus River in Pakistan's Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province, located in the Haripur mainly and in some area of Sawabi of the province. The dam is about 30 km from the city of Sawabi, 105 km northwest of Islamabad, and 125 km east of Peshawar. Then we will discuss today problems of irrigated land. The serious problem which we are facing in our country, that is waterlogging and salinity. Now, what is waterlogging and salinity? In Pakistan, as a result, the lands become uncultivable. If the waterlogging and salinity, the land is useful and it become uncultivable. In some cases, the underground water does not reach the upper level of land but remains slightly lower, and the land salts gather near the roots of the plant. Such situation is called salinity. In this case, the sufficient amount of water is not available for irrigation, hence the salts are not absorbed in the land after having mixed. Causes of waterlogging. What are the main causes of waterlogging? Inadequate surface drain, seepage from canal system, over irrigation of fields, impermeable clay layer below the soil, construction of a water reservoir, natural obstruction to the flow of ground water. These topics today we will discuss: Indus Water Treaty, Mangla Dam, Tarbela Dam, and waterlogging and salinity. Now from your book, I have told you the background of the Indus Water Treaty. What is the Indus Water Treaty? What is the importance in the history of Pakistan? Again, I'm telling you this treaty was done between India and Pakistan in 1960, and with the help of World Bank. And I told you World Bank is the organization of United Nation organization. World Bank is an organ of United Nation organization. And what is United Nation organization, or UNO? It is an international organization, and it was established to maintain peace in the world after the Second World War. Now from your book, the irrigation system in the Indus Basin as it existed at the time of partition of the Indo-Pakistan subcontinent. You know that before the 1947 Pakistan and India, um, when Pakistan got freedom in 1947, and you know that the India always tried to propaganda against the Pakistan, and was one of the most and did not accept Pakistan as a separate state. And after hardly 1 year, in 1948, India cut the water supply of Pakistan. And at the time of partition of Indo-Pakistan subcontinent was one of the most extensive and complicated in the whole world. The partition line between the India and Pakistan was demarcated in a most unjust manner of Radcliffe. Who was the Radcliffe? He was an Englishman, and he was the head of the Boundary Commission, Radcliffe. And you have read all the history, what kind of unjust done by the Radcliffe. The Muslims majority area at the time of partition was given to the India. The East Punjab controlled the headwater of some of the principal irrigation canal of West Pakistan, Madhupur headworks on Ravi and Firozpur headworks on Satluj. Underline these points. It can be in MCQs. Madhupur headwork lies on Dash River, Ravi, and Firozpur headwork lies on Dash River, Satluj. India was also in a position to control the irrigation of considerable additional acreage of West Pakistan, which received irrigation of which received the supply from Satluj cum Beas River. This meant that the eastern canals which flow from Satluj or the upper Ravi suffered from a shortage of water, and the prosperity of a large area was threatened or in danger. Why they use here West Pakistan? That is now Pakistan. West Pakistan, you know, after partition, we had two parts of Pakistan, East Pakistan and West Pakistan. East Pakistan, you know, is now Bangladesh, and West Pakistan, which is now Pakistan. According to the international law, no state is allowed to alter the natural condition of its own territory to the disadvantage of the natural condition of the territory of the neighboring state. India flouted the international law, and on April 1948, cut off supplies in all canals crossing into Pakistan, that is the Central Bari Doab Canal System, the Dipalpur Canal System, and the Bahawalpur State Distributary, thereby affecting 1.66 million acre of land which were dependent on these canal. It can be asked in MCQs, India cut the water supplies of Pakistan. When India cut? It was April 1948, after hardly 1 year, and India cut the water supplies of Pakistan. Thus, a dispute arose between the two countries, and the dispute was eventually resolved through the mediation of the World Bank by a treaty between Pakistan and India in 1960. According to this treaty, the flow of three western rivers of Indus Basin, Indus, Jhelum, and Chenab, except a small quantity used in Kashmir, will be used exclusively by West Pakistan, now Pakistan, I told you, while the entire flow of the three eastern rivers, Ravi, Beas, and the Sutlej, will be used by India. The settlement plan includes 2 storage dams, 7 link canals, 5 barrages, the remodeling of the existing links, barrages, and canal system to be completed by March 31st, 1970, as well as tube well and drain schemes. These are mentioned below. The Mangla Dam. I have told you at the start of the lecture, the Mangla Dam, it is a multi-purpose project designed to control and conserve, protect the flood water of Jhelum for use mainly as replacement irrigation supply for the area now served by the three eastern river. Now Tarbela Dam, one of the biggest dam in the world. It is the built on the Indus at Bara near the village of Tarbela. It is the second project under the Indus Basin Settlement Plan and reservoirs in 40 km long with a gross storage capacity of 11.1 million acre feet. 7 new link canals have been constructed. How many canals? 7 link canals have been constructed on Tarbela Dam. First, the Rasool Kadirabad link is 48 km long and carries water from Jhelum to Chenab. The second one, the Kadirabad Baloki link, is 144 km long and carries water to Ravi above Baloki headworks. Third, the Baloki Suleimanki link number 2 canal runs parallel to existing Baloki Suleimanki link. Number 4, the Chishma Jhelum link is 101 km long and carries the Indus water to Jhelum river to feed the canal at the Trimu headworks below its junction while the Chenab. The Trimu Sidnai link 128 km long carries the Indus Jhelum and Chenab waters to Islam Canal from Sitluj. Number 6, Sidnai Malsi Bahawal link 138 km long carries underlying all these important the length of these link canals, the Indus Jhelum and Chenab water to the Islam Canal from the Sitluj, and the last number 7, the Tonsa Panchnath link 61 km long carries the Indus water for use at Panchnath headworks. These link canals have a total length of 621 km. Also underline this point, with a total capacity of over 100,000 cusics unit of flowing water to 1 cubic foot per second. They transport water from the 3 western river, Indus, Jhelum and Chenab. Also this question can be asked, name the rivers of Pakistan, and Chenab to Ravi and Sitluj. The 5 barrages under the plan are located. Also this can be in short question, name the barrages of Pakistan. Chishma Rasool Chishma on the Indus 64 km downstream from the Jinnah barrage. Rasool on Jhelum about 4 km downstream from the Rasool headworks. Number 3, near Kadirabad on Chenab about 32 km downstream the existing Khanki headworks. About 9.5 km above the existing Sidnai headworks on Ravi. Marala 305 meters downstream from the existing headworks and replacing it, and a gate siphon near Malsi 26 miles below the existing headwork on the Sitluj. Also this can be asked in short question, and the length of these barrages can be asked in MCQs. Now the next topic is problems of irrigated land. At the start of the lecture, I told you the meaning of waterlogging and salinity, and also Pakistan is facing this problem, and it is serious problem in Pakistan, and a lot of land is useful because of waterlogging and salinity, because this land is not able for cultivation. The two menace of waterlogging and salinity has caused tremendous damage to the fertile land in Pakistan and has neutralized all efforts directed toward the attainment of self-sufficiency in fruit production. It is believed that 70% of population of Pakistan is confronting the devastating problems. I told you it is a serious problem in Pakistan, and here you can see a map, and this map shows salinity control and reclamation project. And here our samples are given. Project completed. This sample show the project completely completed, and this number 2 under construction, and the third to the be undertaken. And with the help of these samples you can check where these are projects are going on and where these have been completed and where they are under construction. Now, water in unlined canal seeps through the soil and raise water table so that soil become waterlogged and unfit or useless for cultivation. That land is not able for cultivation. In some areas, subsoil water reaches so close to the surface that the roots of trees and plants perish. In other areas, underground water has even appeared on the surface where salts come out of the soil and are deposited on the surface. At such place, water has evaporated by the heat of the sun, leaving behind deadly white powder which make it impossible for plants to grow, which makes the land useless, which makes the land totally destroy the land, and it will be not cultivable and not useful. A comprehensive survey under Colombo Plan has shown that nearly 100,000 acres of land are being lost every year through waterlogging and salinity. Underline this point, it can be in MCQs how much land that is estimated 100,000 acre of land are being lost every year through the waterlogging and salinity. Every hour sees another 12 acre of canal irrigated land going out of cultivation. At the creation of WAPTA, Water and Power Development Authority. WAPTA, what is the it is the abbreviation. WAPTA means Water and Power Development Authority. In 1958 to 59, a large number of consultants for various projects was appointed who took control of all research and investigation for their implementation. It was concluded that adequate drain and the construction of a network of tube well can check the spread of water logging and salinity, and also can reclaim the affected land. The water drawn out by the tube wells lower the water table and helps to flush the surface soil down to the earth. The job of reclamation of land was undertaken by WAPTA under the scheme Salinity Control and Reclamation Project. SCARPS means Salinity Control and Reclamation Projects. The SCAR program was started in great earnest, and after the completion of SCARP 1 in 1962-63, planning and development of the other SCARPs followed in quick succession. 41 projects have been completed and 7.3 million acre of land in the upper Indus Plain and 4 million acre in the lower Indus Plain have been reclaimed. Okay, this was a plan. SCARP was a scheme or a project was introduced. And what is the meaning of SCARP's Salinity Control and Reclamation Project? And it was started, this program was started with great earnest, and after the complete first spell in 1962-63, then again it was introduced, and development of the other SCARPs followed in quick succession. And how many projects have been completed? 41 projects have been completed. And how many acre land upper Indus Plain? 7.3 million land, and 4 million acre in the lower Indus Plain have been reclaimed. So our chapter 10 is also finished. In the next lecture we will discuss the exercise of this chapter, and then we will start our new chapter. Thank you, students.